Chapter 6 The Railway Children by Edith Nesbit. The children could not keep away from the railway. They had lived all their lives in a street where cabs, carts and buses rumbled by at all hours. Here the only things that went by were the trains. They seemed to be all that was left to link the children to their old life. They began to know the hours when certain trains passed, and they gave names to them. The 9:15 up was called the Green Dragon. The 10:07 down was the Worm of Wantley. The Midnight Town Express, which woke them from their dreams as it shrieked past, was a fearsome fly-by-night. It was by the Green Dragon that the old gentleman travelled. He was a very nice-looking old gentleman. The first thing they noticed about the old gentleman was his hand. They saw him one morning as they sat on the fence waiting for the Green Dragon.
"The Green Dragon's going where father is,"
said Phyllis.
"If it were a really real dragon, we could stop it and ask it to take our love to father." "Dragons don't carry people's love,"
said Peter.
"Yes, they do, if you tame them thoroughly first. They fetch and carry like a pet spaniel,"
said Phyllis.
"I wonder why father never writes to us." "Mother says he's been too busy,"
said Bobby.
"But he'll write soon, she says." "I say,"
Phyllis suggested,
"let's all wave to the Green Dragon as it goes by. If it's a magic dragon, it'll understand and take our love to father."
So when the Green Dragon tore shrieking out of the mouth of its dark lair, which was the tunnel, all three children stood on the railing and waved their pocket handkerchiefs. And out of a first-class carriage, a hand waved back. It held a newspaper. It was the old gentleman's hand. After this, it became the custom for waves to be exchanged between the children and the 9:15. The children, especially the girls, liked to think that perhaps the old gentleman knew father and would meet him and tell him how his three children waved their love to him every morning, wet or fine. A few days later, when the 9:15 came out of the tunnel, the old gentleman got ready to wave his hand to the three children on the fence. But this morning, there was only one. Peter was not on the railings either as usual. He was standing in front of them, pointing at a large white sheet nailed against the fence. On the sheet, there were thick black letters, "Look out at the station." The old gentleman looked out. At first, he saw nothing unusual. It was only just as the train was beginning to puff and pull itself together to start again that he saw Phyllis, quite out of breath with running.
"Oh,"
she said,
"I thought I'd miss you. My bootlaces would keep coming down and I fell over them twice. Here, take it."
She thrust a warm, dampish letter into his hand as the train moved. He leaned back on his corner and opened the letter.
"Dear Mister, we do not know your name. Mother is ill and the doctor says to give her the things at the end of the letter. But she says she can't afford it or get mutton for us and she must have the broth. We do not know anybody here but you because father is away and we do not know the address. Father will pay you, or if he has lost all his money or anything, we will pay you when we grow up. We promise it on our honor. I owe you for all the things mother wants. Roberta, Phyllis and Peter."
That evening, a parcel arrived at their house. The children undid the hamper. There were all the things they had asked for, and a good many things they had not asked for. Peaches and 2 chickens and a cardboard box of big red roses. There was a letter too.
"Dear Roberta and Phyllis and Peter,"
it said,
"here are the things you want. Your mother will want to know where they come from. Tell her they were sent by a friend who heard she was ill. And if she says you ought not to have asked for the things, tell her that I say you were quite right, and that I hope she will forgive me for taking the liberty of allowing myself a very great pleasure.
The letter was signed GP something that the children couldn't read. When in trouble, we should always ask grown-ups for help.